and said, "Oh, what do you want to see while you're here?" And they said, "We want to see Muddy Waters." And they said, "Well, where's that?" So it's so they didn't know what they had basically in their own country. So a lot of them basically sort of hunted down the American blues players purely by their lyrics and the titles of their tracks. So there's one for Aberdeen, Mississippi, for Booker White, and there's Parchment Farm, and all these places. They actually just went around and just sort of tried to find the musicians, and then they found them, and then they brought them back to play Newport Jazz Festival and stuff like that. So, but there's about a 30-year gap between most of those blues players recording in the 30s and then the 60s. So a lot of them were just basically working on the farm and doing whatever they did, and then there's a knock on the door, and someone said, "Well, there's 10,000 people waiting for you at Newport Jazz Festival." So, and some of the blues players didn't even couldn't actually remember their songs, so the British blues people had to teach them their songs again. So I'm going to play a little song by Alexis Corner, a little song called "Woke Up This Morning." This is a bit of a this is our little nod to the jazz blues side of the London blues scene as well. If you ever know the difference between jazz and blues, blues plays 3 chords to 100 people, and jazz plays 100 chords to 3 people. So there's you can always sort of tell that. Mary and I went up to Lobethal, and there was actually they had a massive blues collection of books, which is surprising. I know, amazing. Who knew? We actually cleared them out of all the blues books, so there's none left anymore. But and there was actually a book on jazz as well, and so I looked at the cover, and it was like $30, and I thought, well, that's a bit steep. And I said, no, we'll pay you to take it away. So it's sort of
Cal likes to make these jokes because in the context here, Corey and I come from jazz, so he's having a laugh on us. It's particularly funny.
Yeah.
It's not really that funny.
It was funny. We did these jokes at the American Folk last night, and the other guy who plays with as well said, "Oh, you thought that people would be walking out?" I said, "Oh, probably 20 people will walk out." And I said, "Well, probably not 20 people that like jazz." So I think we're pretty safe. So but anyway, I'm going to do a work. I love jazz. I love Coltrane. So I'm only kidding, really. I'm going to do the little song called "Woke Up This Morning." Woke up this morning, my baby was gone. Woke up this morning, my baby was gone. Ain't had no loving since she been gone. Ain't got nobody living here with me. Ain't got nobody living here with me. My baby, she's gone, and I'm in misery. Woke up this morning, my baby was gone. Woke up this morning, my baby was gone. Ain't I had no loving since she been gone. Ain't got nobody living here with me. Ain't got nobody living here with me. My baby, she's gone. I'm in misery. Woke up this morning, my baby was gone. Woke up this morning, my baby was gone. Ain't I had no loving since she been gone. Ain't got nobody living here with me. Ain't got nobody living here with me. My baby, she's gone, and I'm in misery. Corey Hord. Woke up this morning, my baby was gone. Woke up this morning, my baby was gone. Ain't had no loving since she been gone. Ain't got nobody living here with me. Ain't got nobody living here with me. My baby, she's gone, and I'm in misery. Thank you very much. So we're going to play you an Eric Clapton tune, and yeah, it's another one. We couldn't do British blues without Eric Clapton. So it's actually Robert Johnson's song, and Robert Johnson was a classic. Everyone knows who Robert Johnson is, obviously. But basically, he was the classic sort of devil myth that he was sort of. It wasn't actually the first one. The first one was Tommy Johnson. But Robert Johnson sort of had the same idea that basically he was kind of a fairly average blues player, and then went away, came back, and he was an amazing blues player. And they didn't realize that sort of. How that happened, basically, and so they presumed that he sold his soul at the Crossroads, because obviously that's the easiest way to become a great guitarist. But actually, he had lessons with a guy called Ike Zimmerman, who was also a great blues player. So he just basically had lots and lots of lessons with him, and they actually used to rehearse in the graveyard, as you do. So there was a kind of a little supernatural sort of thing about the whole thing, but yeah, so it's kind of the it says a lot about practicing sort of thing.
It's not as cool.
It's not as cool though. No, you're right. True, but so all those years spent at the Crossroads, and it never even worked anyway. So it's so it's this is a little song called Crossroads, and this instrument here. Who's here for the Mississippi Blues? Anyone sticking around? Oh, okay. Actually, damn, we're gonna have to use this different jokes now. I thought could you recycle the same jokes again, but anyway, that instrument there, standing here, is what they call a cigar box guitar. It was actually a number plate guitar. I won't play it in this one. They'll play it on the Mississippi Blues, but basically it's made out of an old Mississippi number plate. So somewhere in Mississippi, someone's waking up and saying, "Where the hell's my number plate?" But basically, it's the idea of it's a 3-string instrument. Thanks, Mary. I'll play that later. And so basically, that was kind of one of the early guitars, because they couldn't afford guitars at the time, so they used to make them out of all sorts of things like frying pans and cigar boxes and things like that. So, but Robert Johnson used to make a guitar out of his house. So he basically had chicken wire, three strips of chicken wire on his house, and he basically would play his house with a massive bottle because he couldn't afford a guitar. It's hard to carry to gigs. That's the only problem. So with that removal van, but basically, yeah. So he that was his. So playing the house was his thing, basically. So he actually, oddly enough, invented early house music as well, which is kind of interesting. Little known fact. So we're going to do a.
Don't encourage you.
I love it. We're going to do a little song called Crossroads. Went down to the crossroads, trying to flag a right. Went down to the crossroads, trying to flag a right. No one seems to know me, everybody passed me by. Went down to the crossroads, fell down on my knee. Went down to the crossroads, fell down on my knee. Beg the Lord above, have mercy, if you please. Going down to Rosedale with my right by my side. Going down to Rosedale with my right by my side. Gonna buy a house, baby, down by the riverside. Better run, sit my good friend with the ground. Better run, sit my good friend with the ground. Going to the crossroads, I do believe I'm sinking down. Tell me the crossroads, alright? Going down to Rosedale with my rider by my side. Going down to Rosedale with my rider by my side. Gonna buy a house, baby, down by the riverside. Better run, said my good friend with the ground. Better run, said my good friend with the ground. Going to the crossroads, I do believe I'm sinking down. Going to the crossroads, I do believe I'm sinking down. Going to the crossroads, I do believe I'm sinking down. All right, thank you very much. Let's see now.
It's been a wonderful audience. Thanks for coming out today, being part of it. This is our last day of shows. We're doing one more after this, but it's been wonderful. And yeah, I was kind of worried about Fringe, worried about what might happen. Might get an outbreak at any time, but we've done well, so thanks for coming. Yeah. We've got a couple more songs for you. One more, officially, and then you can go to your next act. Officially. But if you're hanging around, we might play one more.
So I'm going to play a song by it's an old Led Zeppelin tune. It's actually an old Lead Belly tune, actually, but it's Led Zeppelin did a really good version of it type thing. So the idea of British blues, it's a very convoluted story in terms of who played with who. A lot of it came from Alexis Corner, and people were like Clapton, who were playing for the Yardbirds, and then they weren't playing enough blues, so he left the Yardbirds and formed Cream. And then you had Jeff Beck, who came into the Yardbirds, and then you had also Mick Taylor, who went to Rolling Stones from John Mayall's group as well. And Peter Green in Fleetwood Mac. So there's basically they had this massive explosion of just people playing with mainly John Mayall and the Blues Breakers, really, and they just they went off onto their own little projects, and even bands like Free as well. Paul Kossoff, he was basically he was playing with Alexis Corner as well. So yeah, it's a massive story. It's really quite interesting how it all kind of came together. But yeah, and some great bands from it. So I'm gonna play you a little song called Gallus Pole. I've got a new album out as well, just over there, called Chickasaw. I recorded it, did it like a solo album. I basically had 2 hours in the studio, and it just seemed to kind of work. So the idea was basically I wanted to sort of record it in the same time that most of the blues players had when they went from Mississippi to New York. They basically had 2 hours to record, and I thought, well, let's try it as a challenge. And it came out really nice. So it's like some really good reviews and stuff like that. So if you're keen, it's over on that side on that table over there. But anyway, I'll play you this song called Gallus Pole. Last official song of the
Mama bring me some silver, mama bring me some gold. Mama bring me everything, keeping gallows pole. Papa bring me some silver, Papa bring me some gold. Papa bring me everything, keeping gallows pole. What did you? Yeah, what did you? Son of bites and silver, son of bites and gold. Son of buy you everything, keeping the gallows pole. Pop bring me some silver, Pop bring me some gold. Pop bring me everything, keeping the gallows pole. What did you? What did you? You bring me, keeping the gallows pole. Hangman, go many a mile, keep me running down the line. Oh, hangman, go many a mile, keep me running down the line. Oh, you bring me, keeping the gallows pole. Hangman, go many a mile, keep me running down the line. Oh, hangman, go many a mile, keep me running down the line. Oh, bring me, keeping the gallows.
Would you like to hear one more? Oh, go on then. We're cheap.
We're not even going to pretend to leave.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm cool.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming down today, being an absolutely amazing audience, and we very much appreciate it. Please give Kev a big round of applause on the sound over there. Makes it all sound beautiful. Such a star. He's our fourth Beatle. He's Ringo. No one else wanted it. So and please Ria, our fifth Beatle, over in the corner there. Please thank her. She's Stuart Sutcliffe. She's the cool one, actually. So. Or you can be Astrid, maybe. Yeah. Be Astrid. You can be anything you like, Ria. Yeah, totally. So let's do this. Sorry, I was on a tangent. That's my whole life's a tangent. But basically, we're going to play a song. Cyril Davies, who played with Alexis Corner, was actually the harmonica player, but it's also that's sometimes credited. Well, it was uncredited with a lot of the vocals that Alexis Corner's band did. And so this is a song he did by Son House, a song called Death Letter Blues, and we're going to play you this one, and then we'll leave you with that. I've actually got a set of CDs, but also if you want to put your name on the mailing list, we're doing another version of this show as well on April 17th at the WHEATY. For anybody that there's a lot of people missed out on it, so we're going to sort of do it again for people who missed out. But if you want to put your name down on the mailing list just next to the CD box, and put your initials there as well, we'll send you your personalised blues name as well. So thank you again. Thanks to the WHEATY as well for supporting live music as well.
Suitcase down the road. By the time I got there, she was laying on the cooling board. I packed up my suitcase, headed down the road. By the time I got there, she was laying on the cooling board. Looked up right close and I looked down on her face. I said, farewell, honey, see you Judgment Day. Well, I looked up right close, looked down on her face. Said, farewell, farewell, I'll see you Judgment Day. gathered around burying ground. Didn't know love her till they laid her down. There were 10,000 people gathered around the burying ground. Didn't know love her till they laid her down. Thought I loved four women in my life. My mother, my sister, my cute girl, and my wife. I thought I loved four women in my life. My mother, my sister, my cute girl, and my wife. My mother, my sister, my cute girl, and my wife. My mother, my sister, my cute girl, and my wife. Thank you very much, and enjoy your afternoon, enjoy the rest of the Fringe, and we'll see you very soon. Thank you very much. Corey Holden, double bass, Murray Trees on percussion, and my name's Cal Williams Jr., and thank you.
Cal Williams Jr.
I think we can. There's like another band playing after this.
Sorry though, thank you though.
It wouldn't be rude.